Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hi class, how is your day today? Welcome to Creative Writing Class Meeting 7. Well, today we are going to talk about the last part of your short story, that is ending, okay, aka resolutions. So in this very last part, you are expected to produce the end or the final result or final chapters of your prose fiction. So let's talk about what is an ending should be, okay? Well, class, to produce a powerful short story, of course, you have to produce also a powerful ending. And an ending or the last parts of your short story, or aka the resolution part, should consider some points to make it as a powerful ending. So what are the points? What an ending should be? So the first one is the ending should answer the central conflict of the story. Okay, as what I've explained before, a short story actually consists of one or a single central conflict, and it is possible that a short story has several sub conflicts, but the major conflict should be answered at the ending part. At least you have to answer the major conflicts. Don't leave the major conflict unanswered. Then your ending should be not that powerful. For example, the major conflicts of your short stories is about a woman who's struggling to get pregnant. You can produce some sub conflicts, for example, then the husband cheated on her, or the mother-in-law against her, or anything else to as a sub conflicts. But the major conflicts is about a woman who's struggling to get pregnant, and you have to answer these major conflicts. So what's going on to the woman? Is she getting pregnant or not? So you have to answer it. If you want to leave the sub-conflicts unanswered, it's okay, but you have to answer the major conflicts. So what's the endings of the women's? Is she getting pregnant or not? That's it. And the second considerations is about your ending should resonate in the minds of the readers. What is the meanings of resonates? It means that you have to feel what's in the reader's minds. It is related to what you wrote in the openings, and it should be in lines of what you will write in your endings. So your readers has an expectation when they read your even very first lines, when they even read your title and your first line. They have some expectations, they have some imaginations, or kinds of what they guess the writing will be, and the ending should in line as what you have written in the first line or in your opening. So the backgrounds, the conflict should be in line with the ending and should at least resonates or filled up what the readers wants or what the readers thinks in their mind. Okay. So the third one is an ending should be logical. Logical doesn't mean that it should be logic. It should be, it should be real. No, it's not something like that. But it should be logical that your from the openings and conflicts and at the and it's still in line to the ending. The output, it's in logical order, or we can say that it should be in logical order. I mean, like the plot, or the times sequences, or the story should be in logical order. You cannot say that then, for example, we can say that the problems is the conflicts is about the woman is is struggling to get pregnant, and then the conflicts is about like that. The story then talk about her efforts to get pregnant, how she really wants to get pregnant, how she tries so hard, how then she tried to make her husband believe on her, how to make her mother-in-law trust her that she could get pregnant, and then all her struggles and obstacles then it will be paid off or not. At the ending, you may say that finally she will get pregnant because I don't know, her husband's being cooperative or whatsoever. Some things which will be illogical if then she suddenly get pregnant. Like, for example, Siti Mariam or whatsoever, she doesn't know, she doesn't try anything, she didn't do anything, but then she get pregnant. It's something illogical. So the logical output means that, yeah, it is in logical order, it is in logical, it's logic, it is something which is what is it? It's possible. It's has something related to the sequence of the story. Okay. And the last one is your ending should be meaningful. What is the meaning by meaningful? It should has a moral value. The silliest prose fictions even has moral value. There is a value at least that we can take from your prose fictions. There is some things that we can learn from your story. Any story should has its moral value. It should be related to the real situations, what we can take, what we should do, what we shouldn't do if we are in the same positions or something else. So your ending should give answer to the major conflict, should be meaningful, or it has moral value, and should be in logical order. Okay. So what are the types of ending? You can produce your ending in several types. It's really up to you to write or to choose what kinds of endings that you want to have in your short story. The first types is about resolving endings. In resolving endings, it means that all the conflicts is resolved. It means that all the major conflict and all the sub conflicts is resolved. For example, the major conflict is about the woman who's getting pregnant, and then the husband cheated on her, or the mother-in-law against her, and then at the ending you answer all the conflicts by finally the woman is getting pregnant, and then the husband being kind to her and leave the other women's or whatsoever, and the mother-in-law says being very kind to her, and then they finally live happily ever after, for example. Okay, it's resolved ending. You solve all the conflicts which consist in your short story. And the second type is about unresolved ending. It means that, or it can be called as a half solved ending. It means that not all conflicts in your short stories is resolved. It means that you leave some problems or conflicts without unresolved. Okay. For example, yeah, we go back to the women who's getting pregnant. You said that, okay, finally she got pregnant, but you didn't tell about what's going on to the husbands, what's going on to the mother-in-law, or you will say that the mother-in-laws is finally like getting her or approach her and so on, but you didn't tell about the husbands. You didn't say anything about the husband. It means that you leave it like that. You just want to resolve some parts but not all the conflicts. Okay. And the next one is the ambiguous endings. It means that the ending will give several insight to the readers. It has a double meaning. It can be the endings is implicit, the implicit, not the explicit one. So the interpretations will be depends on the reader's minds or reader's interpretations or expectations. For example, you leave the endings is just like, I got the symptoms. I'm vomiting. I test. For example, I bought the pregnancy test, and then all says that I'm positive. And then I went to the doctors, and the doctor says I'm negative. And that's it. So you just leave it like that. So it is ambiguous. So is she positive or is she negative? Is she pregnant or no? Some things like that. And some readers will think, she's 100% pregnant. But other readers may think that, no, oh my God, she's not pregnant. Some things like that. Okay, it's ambiguous. It has a double meaning. It can be it can give a various interpretative. Okay, the fourth one is twist ending. Twist endings, aka unexpected endings, is the ending that will not as the readers guess. Okay, you can write down your short story in a several way. You give some clues that indicates about the endings that you are going to give to your readers, but somehow you give a twist ending. You just twist the story. You just give unexpected final results of the short story. For example, you give a clues that the woman is struggling, the woman's try this one to get pregnant, and then the husband is approaching her, and then the mothers-in-law also approaching the women's, and then so the readers maybe interpret that, this will be happy ending, the women will get pregnant and everything will be fine. But finally at the end she just twists everything. She just say that the woman is not getting pregnant, and the man's approaching her because she wants to get the permission to get married again, and the mother-in-law just approach her because, for example, I don't know, she wants to get something or she wants to get benefits from her, some things like that. So the readers can guess some things because of the way you write the story, but finally the end says a difference. Okay, some things like that. Okay, so class, that's all about the endings or the resolutions of your short story. The last parts of your short story, of course, will be the last parts of our short story subtopic, and the next meetings is gonna be the times for you to submit your whole story from the very first ones, from the opening one to the conflicts, and also the endings. Okay, what I want you to do is about composing your endings to complete your short story. So class, that's all for today. I hope that you can get something, you can get some insights from my explanation. So good luck with your short story. See you next week. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Bye bye.